Hello, guys. It's me, Butterfly Spirit 314. So, guys, today I did not go to my heels class today. So, what my heels class is basically called Introduction to Heels Technique. And this is a class basically where I learned to walk in stilettos while also basically doing pole moves in the stiletto heels. So when I go to my heels class, I feel very comfortable wearing the heels that I have because the heels are really great for wide feet, like I have. I didn't know I had wide feet, but I found out that I did have wide feet. I think that I found it out more. Um, I think I found out more when I was doing ballet because a lot of girls' feet in ballet are like I think like straight and narrow or something. But my feet, I guess, just became wide and stuff, I guess, over the years, I guess, or something like that and stuff. Or maybe I've always had wide feet. I don't know. Anyway, um, so I found out I have wide feet and I got some stiletto heels that actually work great for my feet. There is pole heels that work for girls that have like, the narrow feet, I guess, or whatever. But I prefer the ones that work for my feet. So I do have another pair of heels, but I don't typically wear those because I don't think they're as comfortable as I want them to be. I do like heels and I do want to buy me some more heels. So I will be kind of looking out for some more. So I have Pleaser heels. Pleaser is a brand of heels that pole dancers typically would wear. I have heeled boots that are open toed, and I'm happy about that because my feet can breathe and stuff. So that tells you a little bit about my heels and I guess my feet and stuff. So I really wanted to go to my class tonight, but then I decided not to. And the reason is that I got an amazing, basically, um, surprise. So I went on to the website for the academy where I take my introduction to pole classes now. And I noticed that they had an opening this Sunday. And I was on the wait list for that class this Sunday. And I got an email that said, hey, come off the wait list, claim the spot. And they only had one spot available in the class. So somebody decided that they didn't want to take advantage of the introduction to basically the intro to pole class. And so I snatched it right up. So I snatched another class. So this month I'm going to have a total of 5 classes. So far I've taken 2 classes right now. But this month I'm going to have a total of 5 classes. And last night I also booked a class in October that I'm going to be taking. So I'm going to be taking that class on October 5th. So I'm looking forward to that and everything. So things are kind of falling into place. I think by the time like I get to October the 6th, I will have taken about 6 pole dance classes. When I was in my class this past Wednesday, um, then there were some girls in my class that were, for one girl, it was her 5th introduction to pole class. And then there was a couple other girls in the class. One girl that was in her let's see what class it was for her. One girl that class she was attending on Wednesday with me. It was her 9th class, and for another girl, it was her. I believe it was another girl. It was like her. I think it was like her maybe 10th or 11th class. I think. And the teacher I had, which was new to me, for that class. Um, she was saying, hey, it's graduation time because basically, typically girls graduate once they take their 8th class, then they graduate to the next level. Okay, so that's what they do. Introduction to pole does have a girl can take between 8 to 15 classes, and then eventually she'll get to like level one. But for these girls in particular, the girl that was in her 10th class, I think my teacher was kind of pushing and saying, okay, time to move you to level one. And then for the girl that was in her 8th class, then the teacher is saying, oh, hey, also it's graduation time because they really want us to progress and stuff, not just staying at the introductory level, which is really important. So I think once I get to my 8th class, which I know before the end of the year, I'm going to move from introduction to pole to level one. So I am in huge belief that I'm going to be a level one this year, and I'll be starting next year as I'll still be a level one next year. Well, not year, but I'll be starting off the year still being in level one and stuff. Because typically, I think they say a level one typically spends maybe like I think they said 4 months is how long. Let me look. I'm going to look while y'all are here so I can see typically how long it takes for people to be in like level one and stuff. Let me see. Hang on. Usually I don't get on my phone, but right now I feel like it makes more sense so I can know for sure. So let me see. Okay. There we go. They're talking about class levels. Okay. So for introduction to pole or intro to pole, typically, let's see how many months. They say a student is typically expected to be in the introduction to pole level for about 2 months. So that can be like 8 classes or more. And then let me see here. So after introduction to pole, that's where we move on to the beginner classes. So for the beginner levels, it starts off with 1 and let's see, then goes to 2 and then 3. Yeah, so 1 through 3 will be the beginner level. Okay. So in terms of, I got like an annoying pop-up on my computer. Okay. So once I get to level 1, I'll be at the beginner stage. And I know it sounds funny because you would think intro would mean I would be at the beginner, but no. So I'm still at the intro before the beginner. So once I get to level 1, let's see. Once I get to level 1, it says a student will be a level 1 for about 2 months before becoming a level 1.5. And then after they get to level 1.5, then a student will spend about 2 months before becoming a level 2. Now, I do want to say this, guys. Here's what I do want to say. What I do want to say is that just because they have a certain timeline for how many months that they expect a student to be at a certain level, it does not mean by any means that I have to be, it doesn't mean I have to just only be in that level for 2 months, right? I can be at that level for as long as I want to. And my goal in particular is to build strength. My goal is to become more flexible, and it is to gain more control of my pole dance moves so I can do them for like a lot longer than I've been doing them. So that's really my goal. And of course, like fluidity as well, if I didn't already say that. So in particular, I'm going to spend as much time as I want at, the levels. Even if I'm an intro, I might be an intro maybe till, who knows, maybe class number 10, or maybe after class number 8, I'll be ready to graduate. I don't know. But I think that I'm kind of, gunning for more so for getting to level one. And then once I'm in level one, then I can kind of chill out. But I think I want to take my time. And that's something I was thinking about when I was in my class. I was thinking about how I really want to just take a breather and just enjoy the experience. And that's really what I'm after. Like, I'm not trying to rush through and learn everything fast because that's not how I want to build strength and stuff. And to become more fluid, I want to take my time, you know. And so that's really what I'm going to be doing. I do notice that for one of my teachers, I noticed that I have more of a closer affinity to one of them than I do for the other one. And I think affinity is the right word, but I feel like I vibe with one teacher more than I do with the other. But hey, that's okay. I think learning from the different teachers is important because they're each going to teach me something in a different way that I need to know. So I think that's cool. So I'm really excited for my Sunday class and stuff. I didn't go to chair dance tonight. Normally I would have went to chair dance, but I've decided to kind of pull my resources into resources or money into going to my class on Sunday. So that's what I'm planning on doing and stuff. So, and in the meantime, I will be still, of course, working out and stuff, still be doing that. But yeah, in the meantime, I just want to focus on intro to pole and stuff. And then after I've had as many classes as I want to have and I'm ready to graduate, then I think I'll jump back into, chair and heels and stuff like that. Then I'll be able to do that. Then that's what I'll be able to like get there. But I kind of feel like intro is really going to add something more. And I like being at the intro level because I kind of feel like it makes me feel, I think it makes me feel good to be at a level where everybody's on the same level as me. And I think it's cool to like learn how to do pole moves slowly, not trying to rush and everything like that. So for me, that really works and I really, really like it and stuff. Now, the other studio where I take classes at, I'm not going to forget about that studio. I like being at that studio. I feel like I get better video footage there anyway. But anyway, I just feel like I'm still going to be at the other studio. So I'll be at two studios in particular. So I think it'll be cool either way for me personally. But even though I didn't go to heels or chair dancing, I'm still active with keeping my body like together. Like I'm still going to be. And I think I'm just looking forward to just taking the journey and taking it easy along the way. So that's what I'm looking forward to and stuff. But I'm super excited about my class on Sunday. Yay. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. Bye bye.